can't even get around Dave Campo. The Dallas secondary coach, a little jawing, a little shoving. All right, to the fourth quarter where it's 6-0 Skins. You heard me, and Romo pressured and then intercepted. What was that? By London Fletcher. So the Redskins have a chance to ice the game, but Sean Sweezum, no good. We're only losing by 6. Premature jocularity? No, as it turned out. Romo did not complete one to a wide receiver till late in the third, but then he hit Miles Austin for 11. And then scrambling out of the pocket, Patrick Creighton, 10 yards, waves him over. He's there. Final drive is what counts. 9 plays for 60 yards, 7-6 Dallas. Skins have 2 minutes left. Skins had 2 minutes left. The pass is batted in the air by Stephen Bowen, intercepted by Anthony Spencer. Dallas, averaging 390 yards a game, produces 305 today. Cowboys lucky to get a win from a team that was down to its third-string running back, Rock Cartwright from the Flintstones. 7-6 winners, lowest point total since they beat Detroit 5-zip in 1970. And Romo says, had them all the way.
I thought it was pretty obvious we were going to score. I mean, that was, no, it's not that easy. I think it's you gotta believe in each other. You gotta believe in what you're doing. I thought the last drive was an indication of us, not allowing the rest of the game, the frustrations that happen throughout a game, which are frustrating, and kind of, grind down in. You're like, oh, can you do this, or blah, 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 and just all of a sudden being like, none of it matters. It's about this drive, and this is all that counts.
Rodney, he's got a point there about keeping the game ahead of you, what's still to be played, not dwelling on the past. But this does not hide the fact that it's not a very good team right now.
Well, this is the Dallas Cowboys. They're 7-3. They're first in their division, but it's definitely a cause for concern. They go to Green Bay last week. They get their butts absolutely kicked. Then they come back against one of the worst teams in the National Football League, and they only put up 1 touchdown. So if I'm in Dallas Cowboy Nation, I'm definitely concerned.
Yeah, Sweezum makes that last field goal. They lose that game, most likely. An inexplicable stat served as the backdrop to the proverbial win-or-forget-it battle of the Falcons and the Giants. The visitor had won the last 12 meetings and were in the Meadowlands. Pre-game, my team collapsed. My team imploded. 7-3 Atlanta in the second. Eli Manning trying to lead the Giants back. Goes up top for Kevin Boss, this far side 28-yarder. And it's 10-7 Giants after the stiff arm tackle against the papier-mâché defense. Then Matt Ryan, who once was the greatest quarterback in NFL history, is sacked by Justin Tuck and recovered by Osi Umenyiora. This would lead to another touchdown to Boss. And it's 17-14 Giants. Manning absolutely airs it out to Steve Smith for 51 yards. That would set up Brandon Jacobs. He would be hurt later, as would the Giants. Jacobs hurt his leg. Ryan down 31-17 with 6 minutes to play. To Eric Weems just over the goal line. 31-24. 35 seconds left in regulation. You know what that means. In traffic to Tony Gonzalez. What a catch. And we're tied. Atlanta down by 14 with 6 to play. Forces overtime, and the Giants win the toss. Guess what happens? Mario Manningham, 29-yard pass, puts them within field goal range. Coughlin and company say, let's get out of here in a hurry. Lawrence Tynes from way downtown. Bang, 34-31. Atlanta sinks to 5-5. The Giants do not. They avoid becoming the first team to start 5-0 and go down to 5-5. Manning, 384 yards passing, his career high. And now, mystery guest, will you enter and sign in, please?
It's nice to win. We're miserable around here for a month. It's nice to win.
It's been 42 days since our last win, so it's felt like it too. So it's just there's not many better feelings than being in a locker room after a win, and just kind of seeing the high fives and the smiles, especially when you hadn't had that feeling in a while.
And now 2 men who got that reference to What's My Line, the TV show from the 1950s, Dan Patrick and Tony Dungy. Dan?
All right, KO. Time now to simplify the game. Brought to you by Windows 7. Tony has his coach's clicker out. What are we looking at from the Giants game?
Well, we're going to look at the play that actually got them in the position to kick the winning field goal. It's a fade route to Mario Manningham. He's going to be over here on Brent Grimes, and he's got a one-on-one fade, but a little subtle thing sets this up. Eli Manning's going to go into a long cadence to see what free safety Eric Coleman is going to do. And right here, Coleman's in good shape. Manning doesn't know necessarily where to go with the ball. They could be doubling, but the long count now brings Coleman back to the middle, and that's all Eli Manning needs to see. He knows he's got Manningham over here one-on-one, and now he's going to throw to him.
Has he changed the play, or he just knows where he's going?
He hasn't really changed the play. He knows now, though, where he's going, and he lights it up in his eyes. I'm going to Manningham. There's no help over there. And it was just that subtle movement by getting Coleman into the middle of the field that sets up this back shoulder fade. He knows he's got one-on-one. and that sets him up for the game-winning field goal.
Is this something that maybe Peyton shared with Eli?
I think he did learn that from Peyton. The double cadence, a lot of times you can see what the defenders are going to do.
All right, short turnaround for the Giants after the win. They'll be in Denver coming up on Thanksgiving. The Eagles and Bears in Chicago, just over a half hour away. Coming up, more highlights from Week 11 as Football Night in America continues.
Simplify the game. Brought to you by Whit.